Hello and good evening. I've been working quite hard this week on various projects, and I showed you these before, so all I had to do on these was go over and make the shields good. That's exactly what I've done, and I'm pleased with these. That's another Retinue complete for the fantasy medieval battle diorama. I've been cracking on with that board. I'm quite pleased with what I've done. We'll go downstairs in a little while and have a look. But first of all, let's have a look at these. I like the shields. Came out alright. And I don't know what to do with the basis of these yet because I don't know where they'll be on the battlefield. So they could be on the battlements inside the castle. And if they are, I'll take them off those grey stands and just keep their little round bases that they came with. They'll be fine. The ones at the back, the 7 swordsmen, two-handed swordsmen at the back, are Fireforge footnotes. The spearmen are Fireforge Sergeant-at-Arms. And the rest are a mixture of Fireforge Templars and Sergeant-at-Arms again. Apart from these two figures on the end, on the far right, are Essex miniatures, and they're the ones I had to freehand the Golden Griffin on. So let's just have a look and see what that came out like. Well, not too bad. I'm not that good at freehand, I'm absolutely rubbish. But it does resemble what's on the other shields, so it'll pass. As long as it gives the impression I'm happy. That's all that matters. They've got a golden griffin on their shields, and so have the others. So we'll go along with that. Another thing I've been working on this week is some 54mm, a call to arms, British light infantry from the Napoleonic period, and I've got them complete. So we'll have a look at them now before we go downstairs. Well, there we go then. I'm really happy with these. They've come out a treat. Now, I watched a video the other day. Mary Hinge. If you haven't visited Mary Hinge's channel, go and have a look. He does some fantastic stuff. Really good painter. And a very interesting channel. And I watched him do some French figures and some British figures for a game. And the figures, I forget who they were, but they're full of character. And they had patches on their trousers. And I was going to get the old Millie put out and make some patches for these. And I probably still will, but I just haven't got round to it yet because I had such a busy week. Now, I based these, are painted in the colours of the Durham light infantry, which I believe is the 68th. That's just a complete guess off my head, but I'm sure it is the 68th. And I'm sure I've got that right. And yeah, really happy with them. Let's have a look at the backs. And I know it's a 68th now because it says 68. There's a 68 on the water canteens. So yeah, good guess by myself. Usually I forget things like that. But there we go. There's a lot of other projects still ongoing on the table. But at least there's two here. These British Napoleonics and the other medieval retinue. That's two projects off the desk. So I guess we'll have to replace that with another two projects. I don't know what yet. But what I have just done, I've bought myself a Victrix 28mm ancient Greek army. I've bought every box of Greeks they do. plus a few others that I can mingle in with them. Cavalry and foot figures. I think I've got 8 or 9 boxes. So I'm not allowed to have those until Christmas morning because they're a Christmas present from my wife, bless her. So she's going to have to put up with loads of Greeks running around Christmas Day. She'll love that. But there you go. Makes me happy. Right, let's go and have a look, see where I've got with the battleboard diorama downstairs. Well, there it is then. As you can see, it's all green now. Just hold on a minute while I ask the wife to turn the TV down. I can't concentrate. There we go, peace and quiet. Right, we'll go straight in. I've been working on the battlefield itself. It's a bit blurry, I might have to get a light, just bear with me. That's better, got the light working. Right, I've been working on this end. And I built a little homestead sort of thing. And in here I think I will station the rangers and some elves and maybe a retinue of knights and men-at-arms. And I'm happy with it. We've got a old ruined building there with vegetation growing all over it. It's not as bright as it looks really bright on this screen. And we've got a cow in there. And I'm going to have to paint that because it's too shiny. And yeah, it's come out well. Really well. I haven't done too much with flocks and stuff. I could have got coarse flock. I could have spent a fortune on flocks, all different sizes and colours and God knows what. But I decided not to because this is just going to be so full of fighting figures. It's going to be a huge battle going on here. Huge battle. And these aren't trees. That's just reindeer moss, big bits of reindeer moss on a barbecue skewer. They're kind of big shrubs, but it gives another vegetation effect, which I'm really happy with. And I put a couple of brick pillars by the entrance to this area. And I've also done that up by the graveyard. That little tub of paint there from Homebase, 99p, full to the top. Tester pots from Homebase, not B&Q, Homebase. B&Q are over £1 a pot and the pots are only half full. So I always go to Homebase. And that's there because I've got to highlight the brick pillars in a lighter grey. And like I said, I put a couple of pillars up by the graveyard entrance. Just another little bit of detail. So happy with that. And everything else is as it was. And we're getting there. I shall be ordering the resin this week. And then it'll be time to do the resin. And I've got some cherry trees and other bits and pieces coming from the last valley terrain, which we will add on. And we'll nearly be complete. But I did come across this figure, which I'll put in the Dark Army. I'll just show you. Absolutely brilliant. And that's this cave troll. And he is massive. I'll just stand a 28mm men-at-arms figure beside him and you can see the difference. There you go. To me, that's how a cave troll should be. Not like the Games Workshop ones that are only half that size. And this dude actually came with the Lord of the Rings chess set we bought years ago. And I've been allowed just to put him on the board. And no doubt he'll be fighting viciously in the middle of it all. And another thing I found on a shelf that I'd forgotten about for years, one of the very first things I painted when Lord of the Rings very first came out, was one of the big elephants. I know it begins with M, Mamaluk or something, but I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. But let's have a look at it. And there it is. And I'm just going to fill that with goblins. Those are goblins on there. I've taken the base off because there's no men of Rohan fighting in this battle. So you wouldn't expect to see casualties under that. So yeah, great progress. Loads going on. Lots to do, but we're getting there. So I'm happy. It's been a very productive week indeed. And that jam jar behind that little brown hat there is my homemade black wash, which I use on my terrain rather than use the modelling ones. It's just the same, I suppose, made with the special things that you need to make washes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe and take care, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.